In this video, we're going to look at the math-related tools available as standard in Notebook 11. So if we first of all have a look in the gallery, which is one of the tabs over here, so I click on that, and one of the useful things is the graph paper. So if I type in graph paper and then search, we get two options. You've got backgrounds and themes. If you click on there, that isn't very much there. So the best thing to do is to go to related folders and then background, paper backgrounds, open that, and then you get a selection of different graph backgrounds. Probably the most useful is the grid, and you left click and then drag that over onto the page. There's the large one, there's a medium, and there's a small. So if I click on it and then drag it over, it replaces the previous one. Also useful is the polar backgrounds. If I drag that over, and there's also a grid that's got an axis incorporated. Another thing that I found useful in the gallery is a dice, an interactive dice. So if I type in dice and then search, and if I drag one of these dice over, I can make it bigger or smaller by dragging that corner in or out. And then if I click on the dice, it rolls the dice, and I can do that as many times as I want. And in the menu here at the top, the maths tools are in this one here. It's called the measurement tools. So if I click on that, we've got a ruler, and I can extend my ruler, and I can make it bigger and smaller by dragging this corner out here. I can change the positions of the centimetres and the inches by clicking on this green arrow, and then I can move it around by clicking at the top, and when I get that circle I can drag it around. There's a protractor, and again the same thing. I can drag it around. If I grab in the middle, I can turn it around if I grab it on the edge, and then I can make it on this circle here, it makes it into a 360-degree protractor. And also if I click on this edge here, I get a green arrow and a green circle. If I move that green circle around, if I want an angle of 30 degrees, I click on the green arrow and then I've got an angle of 30 degrees. There's also one of these sorts. I won't go through that because it's exactly the same thing. And then the final thing here is the protractor. So if I click on the compass, if I click on the compass, and if I grab it here, I can move it around. To open out the compass, I drag out this bit here, and then to turn it round so it's in the starting position I want, I need to grab the green circle, and I can turn that. And then to actually draw my circle, I wait till a pen appears and then click and drag, and then that draws a circle. Now, other things that are available that are useful for maths are the shapes. Now, these are the basic shapes that are available as default, and you've got a circle. So click on the circle and then drag out. There's an ellipse, a rectangle and a square, and you've got various triangles. If I go to the drop down menu here, it gives me more options for different triangles and a selection of basic shapes. And the last thing that's available that's useful for maths teachers is in the text menu. And I've got various math symbols. So if I click on the more text options, the one that's the most useful is this one here. So if I click on the square root symbol, I've got various math symbols that I can use. So if I click on them and then insert, and then just having a look at the different symbols available. And then we've got all the Greek symbols, the uppercase and lowercase Greek symbols. So I click on it and then click insert.